Just one night, all we got. Just one night, all we got.
The Sydney Harbour Bridge is an icon for Australia. It has changed Sydney and has put a big mark in the history books for Australia. Without it, we as a nation would not be here. It has changed many lives for people who live in Sydney because it connects the south side of Sydney to the north side of Sydney. If we didn't have this, there would be a lot of problems with work issues, being some people from the north part of Sydney couldn't get to work in the southern part of Sydney, and they might make huge jobs in the southern part of Sydney which people could not work at because there's not enough demand in the South Sydney as there are in the northern part of Sydney. And it also would affect families because some people couldn't go to work or get the resources they need for their education and food. Without it, Australia would be not known as the country it has today. We are recognised all over the world for our great harbour bridge. And without it, we would be nowhere.
So we gon' dance until we drop a little party.
Construction on the project commenced in April of 1923 under the supervision of Bradford, who was appointed Chief Engineer.
Sydney Harbour Bridge was officially opened on the 19th of March 1932 in front of 750,000 people. It was a day of remarkable celebrations involving a parade of floats and marching bands, fireworks and an aerial display by the Royal Australian Air Force. After the opening, the public walked across the deck of the bridge. Songs and poems were written about this remarkable event, and stamps were printed to commemorate the opening of the Harbour Bridge.
Don't mean a thing if I ain't in your eyes, but it ain't gonna fly, no. It don't mean a thing if I give you my heart, if you tear it apart, no.
Finance cost of the bridge was twice the price, which was originally quoted at just over £10 million. The tolls were 7 shillings and 9 cents in both directions, relied to pay off the bridge. Only the wealthy being able to afford cars, the toll was charged at a rate per person and was quite high. The bridge was paid off in full in 1988, and although a toll is now applies per vehicle only to southbound traffic, the prices has continued to rise. The Sydney Harbour Bridge is only made with nuts and bolts, no screws.
The view from the Kirribilli side of the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
A piece of Harbour Bridge trivia is that well-known Australian actor and comedian Paul Hogan started his career as a painter of the Harbour Bridge.
You're mine or you're not. Make up your mind, sweet baby. Right here.